Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Northford Ice Pavilion here in New Haven, Connecticut. It's time for ACHA College Hockey. Brady Campbell with you here in the Constitution State, along with Johnny Malizia. And tonight, Johnny's Fairfield Stags come on the road here, not too far, about 40 minutes, to play the host team, the New Haven Chargers. And I say Johnny Stags because Johnny is now a freshman at Fairfield University. Johnny will operate the camera tonight for us, and he will do so unbiased as we are here for another exciting matchup as both teams will kick off, or drop the puck, I should say, on their season. The Stags brought in some new faces this year. We'll start with them. Of course, they participated in the national tournament of AAU last season, and they had themselves an interesting tournament. They lost 1-0 in overtime against the eventual champion South Carolina Gamecocks. Then they got a 4-3 win over Coastal Carolina, 4-2 over Stony Brook, the Seawolves, and then fell 4-1 against St. John Fisher, the runner-up in the semifinals. So they shocked a couple of people. They weren't really expected to make it that far, and they certainly did, led by their goalie, Patty Kirchner, who's returning tonight, expected to get the start. Also leading the way was Jonathan Vitka as well, number 10 in red tonight. He put up plenty of points in that one. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they did not play in nationals last season. They did lose back on the 21st of September in some opening. They played a couple opening contests, I should say. They lost 8-7 in a high-scoring matchup. And this is their homecoming weekend here at Northford Ice Pavilion. They got Fairfield tonight, 9:40 puck drop coming up momentarily. Warm-ups, about 3 minutes left in them. Then they have Central Connecticut State University at 7:50 p.m. before welcoming in the Seawolves. The CCSU game tomorrow, 7:50 p.m. puck drop. Kevin Broderick will have the call. And then on Sunday night at 7:40 p.m. puck drop against Stony Brook, Travis Quigley will have the call for that one. Warm-ups just about wrapped up. I'm Brady Campbell. I'll be back momentarily. We'll step aside for a quick break to conclude warm-ups. National anthem on the way as well. We'll be back for puck drop and the starting goalies. You're tuned into ACHA Hockey here on LI Sports Network. And welcome back. We're set to go between New Haven and Fairfield. 20 minutes on the clock. New Haven will wear their home blues and go left to right here in the road reds will be the Fairfield Stags. Brady Campbell with you alongside Johnny Malizia on camera. The puck is down. We are underway. Sit back and enjoy this ACHA college hockey matchup. Faceoff was controlled by the Chargers to start, but a giveaway allows Fairfield to take it. And it's backhanded deep by Trent Macri, returning member from last season, as are many of these guys on both teams. That's number 11, Shane Reedy. Us LI Sports Network people know him very well. A freshman from Hauppauge, New York. Played with Smithtown Hauppauge last season. Turnaround shot, Macri stopped. Good opening shift. He turns another one on goal. Reedy fanned on the rebound try. Good opening shift here for the Stags. Back to the point it comes. Shot deflects and hits the iron. Shot from the point, got all the way through from Jack Perreault. Look at the starting goalies for both teams. It is Patty Kirchner getting the start tonight. No surprise there for the Stags. On the other side, being tested early is Logan Toussaint of UNH. Controlling and putting this one deep, Andrew Thornton. Getting to it first, Ryan O'Shea sticks it behind. The Chargers trying to clear here. Tyler Poulin, though, holds it and swings it towards the front. Couple saves, rebound, score! And just like that, the Stags strike first. A couple of good shifts to open the hockey game. It's 1-0. They just dialed up the pressure here on this opening shift. And the rebound pops out to Andrew Thornton. He'll get the scoring started. Found the loose change, potted it. Just a minute and a half into this one. The Stags strike first. Chargers looking to come back. Haven't done a whole lot to start this game here in the early going. Mansky fires it ahead. It's dumped all the way down the ice. This was going to be an icing. Late wave off, though, by the linesman. Takeaway for the Chargers. And the first couple shots there towards Kirchner don't get through. And the captain as well, Jimmy Brady's shot was blocked, number 14 in blue. Brady trying to hold it in. It's taken off his stick, and Poulin will fire it down, no icing. And the Stags will complete a change. This is offside as Brady brings it in over the line. Faceoff comes right outside the Fairfield zone here. 7:45 left in the first period. Early 1-0 lead here for Fairfield. On the goal from Andrew Thornton. Bouncing puck to the point, held in by Jackson Brown. Takeaway behind the net, Bohannon. Up the boards. He's separated from the puck for a moment. Helped out by a teammate, though. And starting ahead, 3-on-2 of the Chargers. Pass right through the slot, no one home. Bouncing puck towards the front, stopped by Kirchner. Rebound, look out here. Skated out of the zone. It's a 2-on-1. Chaconis shoots, swallowed up, and held by Toussaint. Go back and take another look at that. This is before the goal. From the point, Perreault. Through traffic, he'll hit the post on this shot. Looks like it deflects out high as well. Face-off win for the Stags. Look out, though. Hops a stick, comes out of the zone. Overskating it, though, is Macri. And the back check of the Stags wins the puck back. Perreault. That's defeated ahead. Aggressive forecheck here from New Haven. Fairfield will look for a different direction out. Gets to the line, Anthony Rosa. will fire it in around the boards. Getting after it here, David Wetzel. Wetzel, Shane Reedy's teammate last season with Smithtown Hauppauge as well, the New York State champions, after falling short in the Suffolk County League in the best of three, game 3 against St. Anthony's last year. This is taken back by Rosa. He's checked though right at the red line. Strong play by Jake Quinn. Quinn had himself a Nationals tournament last season. One of the great forecheckers of this team. Here's Wetzel. Tries to feed it ahead to Vitka, helped out by Reedy. Vitka returns it to him at the half wall. Reedy circles. Center point, takes the shot, swallowed up and held by Toussaint. Four minutes, 27 seconds gone here in the first period. Stags with back-to-back strong shifts to open the hockey game. Got on the board. Since then, it's been pretty back and forth. Reedy dumps this one in. O'Shea gets to it. Around the boards it comes. Jimmy Brady has to step up, keep it out of harm's way. Moves it to O'Shea. Around the boards it comes. CJ Taddeo for Monopoly. Strong back check there by Reedy. And it's forced back out to center. This is Ryan O'Shea, defenseman from Stony Point, New York. Banks it down the ice, deflected, no icing. Poulin from behind his own net drops it off. And the Stags will look to evacuate their own end here. Drew Dargan for Thornton. He stumbles down. Now it's Zachary Purse. Purse, power move, takes it behind the goal. No one's going to play him, so he centers in. That one hops the stick of Thornton, who was open for a moment. Down low, Purse tried to touch it towards the middle. It went behind the goal. Will Donnelly was wide open. Thornton goes up top. Dargan, his shot blocked, hit the stick of Spryer. And we have the game's first penalty coming up here. Good offensive zone shift by Fairfield. Leads to a minor. Didn't quite see the call. We'll get it here. I believe it's against New Haven, and it is. And the first power play of the game is going to Fairfield. Cross-checking penalty against Brady Tomasi. So still fairly early here in the hockey game, and the Stags have a chance to open up that multi-goal lead. Perreault goes down with it to Colin Foley. Foley was checked, and Chargers will clear. Kirchner out of his net to stop it, and he'll leave it for Chaconis. On for Perreault. Perreault has room to skate it ahead. The defenseman brings it over the line. Perreault drops it off. Arrell, touchdown low. Great little passing play there. It was stopped. Chaconis was in tight. Big collision into the boards. Chaconis got drilled by Griffin Mansky. Chaconis now back to his feet behind the goal. Sends it up top. Glove save by Toussaint. Took it away from Colby Arrell. 1:03 left here on the penalty. And 13:15 left here in period number 1. It's a cross-checking minor against Brady Tomasi. Looking for his team to get a big kill here. Already trailing early. Thornton shakes free, goes up top. Smith returns it to him, bouncing puck. Had to play with a skate, hustles to it, holds it in, 2-on-1 down low, pass across. Donnelly was on the wrong side of him, he couldn't settle it. Thornton Takes it to the circle. Lost the handle. Kicked out to the point. Held in. Shot will be gloved and held by Toussaint. So Logan Toussaint tested early and often here in this opening matchup of homecoming weekend for New Haven. A lot of familiar faces coming up here to play the Chargers. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, CCSU, Central Connecticut State tomorrow. And then Sunday, Stony Brook University coming up from Long Island. Ryan Smith, he goes hard into the boards, lost his stick. Taking the puck back for a moment. We're the Chargers, and then give it away. Back towards the front, one-timer blocked. That was Thornton who was looking for another. It didn't get through. I believe O'Shea was the one that got in front of it. Purs, though. 2 seconds and 1, and we're back to even strength. Shot towards the net goes wide. Big kill for the Chargers. Stagg still with the puck, though, in the offensive zone. Defense making a change as that one whistles wide, and fresh off the bench comes Cole Brunig, and puck taken away there and fired back out of play into the Charger bench. Coach is saying it was deflected, trying to get the face-off outside the zone here, but it looks like the refs will keep it in New Haven ice. So indeed it will be to the left of Logan Toussaint, and the Chargers will win the faceoff. Go far side to near. Poulin intercepts, tries to center, pinballs around, shot off the outside of the goal. And stay with it, Kyle Dillon. Goes up top, kicked in by Bruning. One of the Stags got knocked to the ice. And then a big collision. That's Bruning, who laid the boom there as the puck comes back out to center on O'Shea. They'll pop back up and stretch a pass all the way down the ice for Brady Price. Dillon called up to him, took it away. Goes to the near side with it. Bruning gets it out for the moment. Fired back in, but Poulin picks it right off and steers it back in. Just under 11 minutes left here in the first period. This is Andrew Bohannon. Lost his stick right after he moved the puck. Fired back out to center. It got past Price. Taken back by Bohannon. Leaves it for Macri. Over the line. Shot on goal. Scooped up off the ice with the glove by Kircher. Patty Kirchner played in all 4 of those national games, the goalie from Rockville, Maryland. Stalwart between the pipes for Fairfield throughout his time here as a shot off the faceoff gets fired wide by Bohannon. Stags with the puck, deflected down the ice this time by Shane Reedy. Goes in after it, does Vitka, delivers a reverse hit. Passes it up top, stepping into it. Wetzel, Reedy denied a couple of times. Oh, the rookies getting involved for the Stags, but what a start to this game as that shot gets blocked into the netting. What a start to this game for Toussaint. See if we can get another look at it. This will be Wetzel who steps into the shot. Longtime teammate Shane Reedy parked in front. Stopped a couple of times. And just past the halfway point of period number 1. It's been a good one so far. The Stags lead 1-0 on a goal a minute 30 seconds into the game. Came off the stick of Andrew Thornton on the rebound in tight. Shot stopped by Toussaint. It was on Colby Arrow. Stretch pass. Spryer trying to catch up to it. Ryan Smith will beat him to the puck. Banks it off the glass and out. Glove down by Tomasi. Played away from him by Chaconis. Centers it to no one in particular. Brown will hold it in. Goes down Chaconis. Tried the between the legs pass, but whiffed on it. And look out here. Bouncing puck back out to center. Here's Spryer. Over the line. Fumbled by Pilato. He stays with it. Pilato turns and shoots. That's blocked. Bouncing puck to the circle. And then another aggressive diving attempt by Foley. Thwarts the follow-up try. Smith. Backhanded over the bench of Fairfield and out of play. 8:48 left here in the first. And this 95 matchup. These two teams not too far from each other, of course. That's a pickup Johnny from Fairfield. It's about a 40-minute drive to the rink. Here's Fairfield with the puck. Look out. Potential takeaway. Brady Price tried to center. It hit a stick to the near side corner. Trent Macri kept it alive. Poulin hustles after it. Wins possession back for the Stags, at least for the moment. This one comes around to Thornton. And they'll have a bit more time. To Will Donnelly. Banks it on for Drew Dargan. Dargan, dangerous pass. It ended up working out. It looked like it was picked off for a moment. But it ends up with Purrs, and he goes cross corner on the dump in. Taddeo. Moved it ahead so Price could skate into it. Gave it away. This is Thornton. Nice move in neutral ice to sashay in. Thornton. Checked by Taddeo. Comes behind. O'Shea kept it away from Purrs. Stepping down Perreault. Purrs with it. Just soft backhander towards the front. Pops out to the point. Moving it down low. Dargan. To the near side. Donnelly. He's checked by O'Shea, who stumbled down. Got back up. Puck found O'Shea. Comes to the near side half wall. Perreault wins that puck battle, holds it in, shot, and the rebound was stopped as well. He was batted out of midair. Great hand dive that time by Donnelly. But Toussaint was all over it. Chargers make a wholesale change. Perreault. Down behind this on net, starts it ahead, now it's Jake Quinn. Quinn tried to feed it across. It worked out. It was fired high by Dillon. Big collision that time. Sounds one of the Chargers stumbling down to the ice. That was Rosa. Comes back up with a uniform full of snow as this puck is taken back. And the shot stopped in tight. Almost fluttering off the stick of Quinn. Now Perreault, left point, looking for a deflection. Blocked back out, picked off by Monopoly. Starts it ahead. Skating into it, Evan Facette. He's checked to the boards. Perreault takes it back. Sidesteps a hit from Facette. Facette stumbles down as Fairfield tries to clear, and then a big hit by Max Gorman. Gorman on Dillon. Those two are still tangled as they'll finally go to the benches. At least Dillon will. Meanwhile, Bohannon having some trouble with it. Pops out towards the slot. Bouncing around. Getting back to it is Gorman. Gave it away, and then a shot blocked. Popped right back out to Smith. Best he could do was put it a bit lower, and now taken away. Chargers 2-on-1. Shot save, Kirchner. Jimmy Brady. 2-on-1 that time with Luca Monopoly. See Brady going shot all the way here. Kirchner was locked in the whole time, though, giving them nothing. Keeping his team ahead in the... So we enter the latter stages here. Period number 1, just 5.5 left. big collision in the near side half wall as a shot blocked. That was Vitka who put the check on Madeira, and we do have a penalty upcoming. Interference the call, and it is against Vitka. And to the power play for the first time tonight goes New Haven. Chance to get this game back to level here in the final minutes of period number 1. They've had their chances, not many, but some good looks. A 2-on-1 moments ago was the capper, but Kirchner picking up where he left off from the 24-25 campaign. Face-off win for New Haven. Madeira, cross ice. Shot blocked. That was Spryer. Jaden Spryer took the shot. Good hard work holding the puck in that time by Pilato, at least for a moment. His pass was picked off and cleared down the ice by Dargan. This is Brady Tomasi for Monopoly. Drops it to Madeira, throws it on goal, and it's stopped and held by Patty. Here at the Northford. Clears it ahead for Jaden Spryer. Or rather, excuse me, that's Anthony Rosa, number 19. Errant pass here, could be an icing, and is. Went right through everybody in the middle of the ice. And so a defensive zone faceoff for the Chargers here with 49 seconds left on their man advantage. Faceoff will be to the left of Toussaint. There's one forward, and then a wrap try. Good individual effort that time by Ryan DiNicola from Needham, Massachusetts. Centering pass picked off this time and cleared down the ice by Wetzel. Just a half minute left on the penalty. This is Rosa. Over the line, cuts to the slot, takes the shot, swallowed up by Kirchner. And he'll get the whistle. Just 18 left on the power play here. They win another face-off. That time through traffic, a shot comes. And another save. So we'll do it again from the same spot here. So teams line up quickly. That took 4 seconds. This time the Stags will clear off the draw. That should just about do it for the power play. Chance for one last rush as it expires. Back on the ice, Vitka. Big kill. That time for UNH, or excuse me, they were on the power play. Fairfield with the kill. Bouncing puck, swatted at. Makes it all the way through, and now Price skates it out. Look out here, defense in the change. Back in comes Orell to the circle. Left pad save. And the rebound hit the skate of one of the Chargers and went wide. That was Pilato, and now the puck ends up with him. Pilato stays with it on his feet, sliding block. Has it behind the net, centers it. Goes through everybody and back out to the neutral zone. And then his pass picked off by Purz. Purz brings it in. Blocker save Toussaint. 2.5 left here in the period. Pilato. Stretch pass. Bit behind Sprider. It's bouncing. He'll settle it. Takes a shoulder from Poulin, who actually took the worst of it. Sprider towards the front. Spryer picks it up again. Getting a piece of it with the left toe was Kirchner. And it's cleared out by Thornton. Poulin over the line, drops it down low. Tough angle try, I believe. Getting a piece of it that time was Logan Toussaint, and it went up and into the netting. 1:56 left here. First period of play New Haven opening game here in homecoming weekend as ACHA hockey is back underway against the rival Stags of Fairfield. Vitka out of the box, back on the ice here. Pokes that one to the point. Now Reedy down low. Errant pass there from Poulin. Reedy, though, is able to pick it up. Goes down for Vitka. Kept it away from O'Shea. O'Shea's stick got caught up in Vitka, who dropped it. Look out here. Potential pass and offside. Close play as it hit the skate of Evan Facette. Right at the line, and the linesman all over it, rules it offside. And with the pass originating from right around the goal line, obviously they'll bring the puck all the way back here, so Fairfield catches a big break. And now we'll have an offensive zone face-off with 93 seconds left. Tadia gave it away. Vitka tried to move it. Helping out there was Di Nicola. It was moved away from him. Jimmy Brady tried to clear, could not. Second try, gets it out for the Chargers. Having to hustle after this one here is Wetzel. Wetzel takes a hard check from Facette. They try to get it to him. It was picked off by the Stags, and puck will be lifted out to center. Perreault, the defenseman, steps up. Perreault takes it wide. Still looking. Goes cross ice. Wetzel wide open to the circle, and that hits something in front. It may have gotten through to Tucson, who finds the puck off the end boards and covers. Wetzel had plenty of time there. Not enough time to finish his dinner before walking into that shot. Tucson able to get over. A bit of traffic developed as well. And it stayed out. Final minute here of the first. Can either team snag a big goal going into the locker room here at the end of the first? It's 1-0 Fairfield. Centering pass hit the stick of Tucson and goes back out to center. Poked along by Cole Bruning. Out to center, glove down Bohannon, skipping puck on goal, off the glove of Kirchner. Dillon left it for Quinn. Quinn 1-on-4. Just tries to chop at it. Now has some help, and that shot whistles just wide from Bruning. Flipped out to center. Final 5 seconds of the period. Looking at the clock is Smith. He'll just fire it around the boards, and that will take care of period number 1. One goal, it came 90 seconds in for the Stags. Number 12, Andrew Thornton from Clifton Park, New York, has his team out in front by 1. Plenty of chances for both sides. A power play as well for both sides. We'll take a intermission here. We'll be back for the second period momentarily. 1-0 lead for Fairfield over New Haven. You're tuned in to ACHA College Hockey here on the LI Sports Network. Well, welcome back for the start of period number 2 on LI Sports Network here in Northford, Connecticut, just north of New Haven, where the New Haven Chargers here in one of their opening games find themselves down 1-0 against rival Fairfield Stags, who scored just a minute 30 into the game on the goal from Andrew Thornton. Shane Reedy fires into the netting, tried to just dump it in, perhaps on goal. Got a little too much loft on that one. Face-off will come back out to center ice. Brady Campbell with you alongside our cameraman Johnny Malizia at the Northford Ice Pavilion. Both teams each had a power play chance that neither capitalized on. 2-on-1 as well for New Haven that Patty Kirchner stopped. Goaltending duel so far. Logan Toussaint has looked good as well for the Chargers. This is O'Shea. Lost it to Reedy, who's been around the goal. The rookie in one of his first games for the Stags has had a few chances. Shot from the point from Wetzel. Somehow sticks to Toussaint. And he gets the whistle. There's been a lot of traffic around him. He's made plenty of crucial saves, keeping the score where it's at. And we still got a long ways to go here in this one. Empire Conference action, now a part of the ACHA as well. We're in the M3 division. Men's Division 3, shot blocked. Comes to the near side. Purs gets checked by Monopoly. Monopoly, one of the captains of his team, along with Jimmy Brady. That was Purs who swung it towards the goal. Popped up on the apron, now on the outside of the goal. A couple of players whacking at it. Finally, it comes free. And Tomasi gets to it. Bouncing puck comes to Monopoly. He'll skate it out. And Evan Facette will bring it in. Look out, give and go here. Back to Facette in the slot. Throws a backhander towards the front. It was deflected high. Donnelly fires it out off the leg of Thornton. Purs moved it forward. Donnelly takes it one-on-one from the circle. Well, Donnelly floats one on goal and got the whistle, although that puck was still loose next to the pad of Toussaint. Had the stop, went to cover it. It actually slid under his glove. He didn't recognize it. Had it long enough, though, for the referee to blow the play dead. No one really around either for Fairfield to potentially take that puck. Puck goes deep here off the draw. Chaconis kicked off the outside of the goal. Now back to Chaconis. Keeps it moving. Centering pass. One-time attempt. It went right through Arell, who was checked. Now it's Smith. Works down. Keeps it moving. Centering pass all the way out to the point. Here's Arell again. Throws one on goal, and it's save and cover. And a little bit of tension after the whistle. Jaden Spryer gets involved with Ryan Smith. Nothing too crazy, though. Those two will stay out there here for this ensuing face-off. That goes to the half wall. Cleared to the point, not out. Smith gloved it down, kept it moving to Chaconis. Chaconis puts it deeper, but Max Gorman all over that one. Taken right back, though. Arell has had a solid shift through a back door. Only one there was a blue uniform Max Gorman, who skies one off the netting of the ceiling and out of play from his own zone. Face-off will come back down near Logan Toussaint. 7:22 left here in the second period. As we mentioned earlier, first of three broadcasts for us, as well as games in general for New Haven, part of their homecoming weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fairfield tonight, CCSU tomorrow. Stony Brook University on Sunday. Johnny Malizia will be working the camera for all three as that pass a bit behind Chaconis. I will not be back. Kevin Broderick will be on the call tomorrow. Big save there on Jackson Brown. And then Sunday, Travis Quigley will have the call. Back on it, Colin Foley. He was checked. Cleared out by Madera. Takeaway. Getting to it. Colin Foley. Foley at Chaconis wide open. Couldn't get the pass through. Getting to it, Arell. Puts it down for Foley. Foley circling. Draws a double team. And Chargers take the puck back at Sky. Back out to center. Brown gets to it. And now Smith. Stretch pass takeaway. Pilato from his own blue line from Fairfield blue line will dump it in and go for a change. Wholesale change here for the Stags. Chaconis deflected that one in. Was trying to catch the Chargers napping. Potential offensive chance as they were in the change. Centering pass. Kyle Dillon trying to stay with this one. But it does come back out to center. Mansky will drop it off for Price, but this is offside against New Haven. Oh, Logan Toussaint has played well to our right from Warwick, Rhode Island. Going save for save with Patty Kirchner as Dillon brings it in. His shot was blocked. Bring it back in as Price. Price will put it into the corner. Perot. Macri got around him, tried to center. It's deflected back out by Jake Quinn. Rather, that's Bruning. Bruning all over Mansky. Going to it, Price. Goes up for Rosa. Anthony Rosa. Back for Price, who lost an edge. Rosa tries to stay with it. Poke back out to neutral ice. Price takes a bump. He was able to get it to Macri, though, who fires it in. Macri was going to head for a change. Throws it down low. Settled, not cleanly, however, by Price. Perot skates it out. Sidesteps Facette, but they did clip heels, and Perot went down. Delayed offside here against Fairfield. Bohannon brings it out. Lost it, though. It's put right back in. Heading after it, Vitka. Gets there with Tomasi. Stumbles down. Reedy from a sharp angle off the outside of the goal. Vitka puts a shoulder into Tomasi, but the Chargers are out. Here's Facette, first one on it. Tries to center. Taken away by Di Nicola. On to Vitka. Vitka from the outside, shot off a stick and into the glass. Chopped around the boards. Held in by Wetzel. Goes down Di Nicola, shot blocked. Chopped at it, looked like it hit the face mask there of Di Nicola and stayed in. And then gloved down by Wetzel, eventually cleared though, and Wetzel hustles to it, keeps it away from Brady. Now David Wetzel brings it in. He's separated from the puck. Good individual effort, though, and Di Nicola fires it. Then the rebound, wrap try, right in the crease, and a big save from Toussaint. Now we get a whistle. As tension starting to boil over just a bit. See if we're getting penalties coming up as the net got knocked off. Here's a look at that last sequence, though. Another Johnson tight here. The wraparound by Reedy. Couple whacks. Wetzel in there. Di Nicola in there. Almost every red jersey in there. Meanwhile, going off is Max Gorman. We'll see if anyone's joining him. He has a cross-checking penalty. I don't believe anyone is. And it looks like it's going to be a Fairfield power play, their second opportunity of this game. They're 0 for 1. Face off, controlled by Fairfield. Turnaround shot, just trickled wide. That was another good look for Thornton as he was bidding for his second of the game. Puck just held in. Good effort by Tyler Poulin. Thornton. From the low half wall, goes down low, returned back to him. Now he goes up top. And look out here, potential short-handed chance. And instead, it does wind up with New Haven. Despite the efforts of Poulin to get back after it hopped his stick. Keeping it away from Madera, who hit the ice again. Charger faithful on the call, none coming. Here comes Thornton. Brings it in, goes up top. Dargan, back to him. Down low, here's Arrow. Dargan holds it in. Arrow keeps it moving. Good move there by Thornton. Shakes himself free, and then a big save again. Puck bounces all the way out and poked all the way down by Pilato. 45 left here on the penalty. Deflected in by Errol. He'll chase after it. O'Shea beats him there. Now it's Mansky. Hopped his stick. Errol goes up top. Perot. Return to him. Colby Errol. Corner to corner. Pass towards the point. Doesn't make it through. Foley centers and they score! With just 13 seconds left on the power play, Lucas Chaconis makes it 2-0 Fairfield. Just staying with it. That time was Foley and just was able to bounce it towards the goal. Chaconis picked it up. Turned and fired a quick one there at that bouncing puck. And goes high glove, is able to beat Tucson, who has looked almost unbeatable, with the exception of the first goal. Up until that point. First power play goal of the game for either side, and now the hill a bit steeper for New Haven. This is icing against the Stags. Almost halfway through the period here, 11:48 left. This is Perot. Lays it for a teammate. Skate to stick. Goes Bruning. Nearly gave it away. He's able to recover. Big check delivered meanwhile by Macri. But in comes Bruning. Taking the worst of that was Beaudoin, Joshua Beaudoin. Rather, Jake Quinn, 24, not 14. Meanwhile, the Chargers cycling the puck here. Shot towards the goal, deflects, and goes wide. To the point again, hammered wide by Tomasi. Coming over the cover, Mansky. High off the glass and out. This will miss the goal and be an icing. Good response shift from New Haven. A couple shots towards the goal. That first point shot was pretty dangerous. Looked like it was going wide, but did deflect. Still ended up wide. But there was a Charger crossing in front of Kirchner. That made it a bit more difficult. And we do have a penalty coming up here right off the face-off. That looks to be Polano, who was knocked down. Kind of got upended there by none other than Jake Quinn, who will go to the box for a cross-check. A lot of cross-checking penalties between these two teams. And Pilato back to his feet. After that kind of scary play, got upended a bit, similar to that Joe Pavelski play in the playoffs against Vegas, and thankfully a bit less violent. And he's okay right off the faceoff, though. A good catch by one of the New Haven coaches in the bench. So that puck ended up out of play. Ensuing faceoff, we get another whistle. We'll do it again from the left of Kirchner. And fired around the boards by Smith. I think he wanted a little bit more on that because didn't get out initially. Spryer, though, had to deal with Vitka, who forced it out. Here's Poulin. Now Facette brings it in. Drops it off. Cross ice feed. Shot towards the goal. Misses wide. Wraps around to the vacant right point. And out. Tomasi will get back on it. And sweeping behind to take it, Michael Polano. Polano showing off his speed here. Races over the blue stripe. Tries to center. Hits a stick. Never makes it towards the front of the goal. Spryer waiting for it. Holds it in. Uncle line extended centering pass. Bounces around the top of the crease. And ends up behind the net. Centering pass. Polano stopped. And diving on the rebound, Patty Kirchner. What an effort by Evan Facette here in the offensive zone. Won a couple puck battles, including that one, to set up the chance, but Polano makes this, or excuse me, Kirchner makes the save on Polano. Not much he could do in tight there. So Willett on goal, Kirchner all over it. Power play continues for another 40 seconds. Errant pass, bouncing puck. Comes out to neutral ice. Now it's taken by the latest goal scorer. Chacon is shorthanded. Drags and shoots. Blocker save Toussaint. Takeaway here by the Chargers while one of the Stags went for a change. 20 seconds left on the man advantage. Rosa tried to drop it off. It hit a stick and was clear. Foot race for it. Giving it a run is Arrell. And Arrell steers the puck. Arrell from the slot. Great effort defensively by Brady. Got a stick on it. 3 seconds and 2. That diving effort goes wide from Arrell. Couple short-handed chances towards the end of that power play for New Haven, and killed off by the Stags. We're back to 5-a-side. They have the puck again, looking for an opportunity. Pass was blocked. Foley had Reedy in front, couldn't get it to him. Stags take it again. Reedy on goal. Save Toussaint. And he gets the whistle. Stags kill the penalty, come right back with some offense of their own. But once again, the goaltending proving stellar on both sides. Back to the point, Perreault. Goes down to Reedy. That one caught a stick and popped over the goal. O'Shea around the boards, nearly gave it away. It bounced right to the slot where it's taken by Tadia. Gets the center red and dumps it in. Delayed offside here. We get a whistle, as one of the Chargers did not hear the calls. Looks to be Michael Madera. And therefore the faceoff will come all the way back down. Faceoff win by the Stags. Perreault goes down to the slot. Shot bounces wide from Di Nicola. Di Nicola wins the puck battle. Wetzel steps in. His shot blocked. Wetzel lost an edge. Polano takes the puck. Goes cross ice. Spryer. Spryer knocked off the puck by Reedy. It still went right through the slot. And the penalty upcoming. And it's a hooking call here against Fairfield. As two players collided hard into the boards. Perreault gets back to his feet. Can't quite tell who it is from New Haven who's shaking up. Just came back to, I believe that's Polano, and he's not putting any weight on his left leg. And he's being helped by teammates off the ice here. He'll go to the locker room. And that is a tough scene for the Chargers, and especially Number 16, Michael Polano from East Haven, Connecticut. Not too far from here. And hopefully he's okay. Always a scary scene when the players go crashing into the boards. Really, no matter where they collide with the boards, but the legs could always be a dangerous one. To the power play, though, go the Chargers out of it. So they'll try to get on the board here, but they'll have to face off. Another clear for the Stags. And here's Logan Toussaint. Look out, giveaway. Vitka drops it. Dean Nicola fanned on it. Trying to stay with it, taken away by the Chargers. Rosa, aggressive kill here for the Stags. Now Brady will just settle things down behind his own goal and take his time here. Look out, another giveaway. Dean Nicola, this time Brady, quickly strips him of the puck. Here comes Brady Price. Price sweeps behind, centers it. No one home. To the point. Held in by Mansky. Up top, now across. Down low off the skates. Mansky creeping back door. Clearing attempt up in the air. Stays in place, stays in the zone. Now taken back by the Stags. Look out. Everyone on that New Haven bench ducking there. And everyone looks to be okay. Fired into the bench there. An opportunity to clear. And Stags could not take advantage. So 53 seconds left in the penalty. Faceoff will stay deep in the Stags' end. Face-off win for the Chargers. Spryer to the slot. One-timer score! Power play goal for New Haven. Evan Facette gets him on the board. He just moves to that bumper spot. Spryer sees it, and I don't think he got all on that shot. But it doesn't matter. The Chargers will take it. As looked like he fooled Kirchner a bit. Slides it home, 2-1 game with 6:25 left. Tossed out of the ensuing faceoff. Here is Rosa, so Spryer will take it. As he got the primary assist on the power play goal, gets his team within one. Purs and Spryer come together. Spryer with a big check. Kept it moving. Madera, 1-on-3. Knocked away from him by Dargan. Thornton takes a hit up high as the puck comes back out. Weaving right back in the defenseman Poulin. Poulin towards the goal. Save by Toussaint. As we're well past the halfway point of the hockey game here. Now a 2-1 game. Madera driving towards the goal. Spryer didn't see him right away, and Poulin took the puck. That would have been a partial breakaway in tight for Madera. A little bit of trouble with it here from Thornton, but he keeps it moving. Now it's Donnelly. Poulin gets to it. He took a hit. Up high from Rosa. In comes Donnelly over the line. He's checked. Delivering that hit was Cam Goodwin. To the point it comes. Perreault looking for the deflection. Thornton angled it wide. Purs, hard work in the offensive zone. Wins that puck battle. Chips it towards the front. Good strong work. And it winds up with Wetzel, who loses an edge. Keeps it moving though. Dillon gets to it. 2-on-2 battle. To the point it comes. Wetzel sidesteps a man. Almost lost his footing himself, so he has to put it in deep. Now it's Tomasi goes around. Perreault gets to it. Picked off by Spryer off of Perreault and into the bench. Fairfield. With 4:40 remaining in period number 1. Good hockey game thus far. Final minutes, crucial minutes here It's a 2-1 lead for Fairfield as they try to maintain that lead, if not grow it going into the locker room. The next goal in this game, if there is one, because there have not been many, but would be a big one. Taddeo. Taken away by Bruning, but he gave it up and shipped back out to center. Wetzel hustles back on it. Saucer pass behind Bruning, but he catches up to it, flips it wider than that. Playing it to O'Shea was Toussaint. Bruning missed the hip check on him. Not missing that check, however, was Quinn. Now it's Dillon. Up top, Wetzel. Wetzel shoots, glove save, and holding on to it is Toussaint. Just over 4 minutes on. Face-off comes to the half wall. It's skated out by Facette, the goal scorer for the Chargers. Double teamed off the puck that time. This is Monopoly trying to center. Picked off, staying with it. Jimmy Brady centering for Facette. Great defensive stick. Perreault kept it away from him. Now joining the play is Jack Perreault as Bruning was checked hard into the boards by Facette. Big check delivered offside. Nearly walking into a look that time was Kobe Arrow. But the Chargers get the benefit of the whistle. Puck almost came up and caught the linesman there. Then Arrow fires a shot, getting a piece. Deflecting it over the goal was Toussaint. Cleared down the ice, deflected, no icing. Spryer giving it a run. They'll get to it behind the goal. Stays with it. Now separated from the puck by Smith. Had some help, though, in the form of Madera, but gets forced back out. Chaconis kept it moving. Shoulder by Arrow into Mansky. As Chaconis tries to center. Arrow towards the front. It bounces around. Picked up now and skated out to safety by Rosa. Dumps it in softly on goal. And played by Kirchner, and his team starts back out with 2.5 remaining. Centering pass. Arrow skate to stick on the backhand. Stopped in tight. Spryer banks it out of the zone. No icing as it slowed up nicely just inside the blue line. Stretch pass, look out here. Chaconis when Reedy were partially behind the defense. Good recovery by the defense of the Chargers, forcing an outside shot, which is stopped and held. Chargers win the defensive zone draw. Probably give a slight edge in play to Fairfield, but here come the Chargers just offside. Macri couldn't quite hold his foot on the line as Brady Price brought it in. That would have been a 2-on-1, potential 3-on-1. Off the faceoff, Ryan DiNicola brings it in. DiNicola shoots it wide. Puck goes behind now for Connor Morrell. Pass banked ahead, nearly picked off in the dangerous area. Reedy, though, takes the puck. Knocked off his stick for a moment. Then poked back into the zone. Reedy picks it up in the corner. Shane Reedy around the goal. Tries to center. Somehow that stayed out. Big hit delivered behind the play. We get a whistle. Might be a penalty coming up here as well. Reedy just centers this one. Almost got the goal himself on the bank here. And then somehow this one stays out without even knowing. Just holding his pad there was Toussaint. And got the stop. That shot off the faceoff goes wide from Thornton. We are still 5 aside with 1:10 left in the period. Perot finds a lane glove save. And then he got dumped, did Perot, after the shot. Looking for the officials immediately. I don't know if he got the call. Gets up, though, and pats the head of Trent Macri, who dumped him. No harm, no foul, it appears. We play on, exactly 1 minute remaining in the middle frame. See if either team could snag an important last-minute goal here of the period. Up the ice, Facette knocked off his stick. Back in Thornton. Thornton moves to his backhand. Played it too far for himself. Down the boards it comes. Monopoly keeps it moving. Perot holds it in. Perot sidesteps O'Shea. Perot just tried to center it through the crease. It hit Toussaint. And it goes right through. Now a 3-on-3 battle developing in the corner. 20 seconds left in the period. Getting to it, Donnelly. Goes cross ice. Purrs down. Whoa! He had backdoor Thornton. Couldn't get it through. O'Shea with 10. Just trying to get through the period. Giveaway behind the goal. Purrs tried the center. Could not. And it does come out to center. Stags will have to touch up, and that will get us to the horn. Well, the second period, a power play goal from Lucas Chaconis gave the Stags a 2-0 lead, but a quick response. A power play goal, Evan Facette brings it back to within 1. 20 minutes left. We have a good one here at Northford Ice Pavilion. Fairfield 2 and New Haven 1. We'll take a break for the intermission. Be back for the third period momentarily for ACHA College Hockey here on the LI Sports Network. Well, 40 minutes down, 20 to go in what has been a fantastic hockey game here at the Northford Ice Pavilion in Northford, Connecticut. With the ACHA on the LI Sports Network, I'm Brady Campbell, joined by our cameraman Johnny Malizia. 2-1 lead for the Fairfield Stags against the host New Haven Chargers. Both teams had a power play opportunity in the first period after Fairfield took a 1-0 lead just a minute 30 in and didn't score. And suddenly the floodgates opened a little bit more in the second. A power play goal for each side. Fairfield took a pretty brief 2-0 lead before New Haven cut into it. So this should set up to be a phenomenal final act of this hockey game. Here's Jack Perot. Couple players spilled down as Perot shot one off the outside of the post. Back the other way come the Chargers. 2-on-2, dumped in. Spryer heading in after it. Reedy tried to poke it. He missed it. Sprier's pass picked off by Ryan D. Nicola. Pass on to Reedy. Reedy, Vitka, shot deflects into the netting and out of play. Well, it was Andrew Thornton who got the scoring started for the Stags, number 12 in red, and then Lucas Chaconis, power play goal around the midway point of the second. And just a few minutes later, Evan Facette scored a power play goal of his own for New Haven. That's where we are at here in the third period. First of three for homecoming weekend for the Chargers. Tomorrow night, CCSU, 7:50 p.m. puck drop. That's a little earlier. And then on Sunday, 7:40 p.m. puck drop against Stony Brook. All those games can be seen here on LI Sports Network. Thornton down low. Staying with it, Purrs, the captain, turns and shoots. And it's held on to by Logan Toussaint. It's been a goaltending duel thus far. Only two have beaten Toussaint here. As apologies, I must have missed something on that last play. The Stags are on the power play here. My apologies, Jaden Sprier's in the box for about another minute and a half. Try to get the call if we can. I didn't see it coming though. And now Kirchner stops it, and he'll leave it for Drew Dargan. Thornton brings it in over the line. That's offside. Unable to stay on, Will Donnelly. Minute 15 left on the penalty. 18:30 left here in the hockey game. Regulation time. It's been a tight one. Do we see more than that? We still got a long ways to go before we find out. Dumped in off the draw by Bruning. Fired right back out. And 27, Facette back in. Facette trying to knife his way through. Couldn't get around Jackson Brown. Now Brown staples him to the boards. Has some help in the form of Colin Foley. Foley sees some open ice. He'll take it. Drop pass, though, on the wrong side of the blue line. So that'll be offside. Perhaps entering with too much speed there. Tried to drop it off and caught his teammates in a difficult spot. Takes the puck here, though. Backhand. He passes it down. Low return feed. Score. On the power play, Colby Arrell buries the loose change. 3-1 Stags. I believe this is a return feed attempt. Maybe not. But it ends up right on number 16 stick, and he never makes a mistake about it. Wide open net, he buries it. And so now special teams really paying dividends in this hockey game. 3 total power play goals. Each of the last 3. Restoring a 2-goal lead here for Fairfield. Trying to play spoiler here in the start of this opening weekend for New Haven at home here in Northford. Here is Arrow. Fanned on the dumping attempt, and he paid for it. Macri drilled him. Kirchner, meanwhile, will play the puck. Here's Chaconis, tried to flip it out. Chicken winged by Macri to hold the puck in. Now cross ice it comes to Ryan Smith. Smith goes across, and now it sets up nicely for Quinn. He's got to move it quickly, though. Finds Cole Bruning. Now Perreault. Perreault couldn't knife his way through. Then it's up back with Bruning. Had Quinn to his left. He elects for the dump in. Wrapped around the boards. Dillon locks up. Bouncing puck, flagged down by a high stick of Jake Quinn. And next touch by Perreault, so we get the whistle. 16:35 remaining. And Fairfield, once again, a 2-goal lead. On this very busy night for the LI Sports Network. Got some Suffolk County hockey. We got Hofstra playing against Strong Island. Columbia hosting Farmingdale in first of two. Oh, look at this bounce. Centering pass, Bruning had it knocked off his stick. Those two teams will do battle again tomorrow night at Iceworks. It'll be a home game for Farmingdale. That'll be on LI Sports Network as well, as the Chargers clear the head. Jimmy Brady trying to knife his way through. There'll be more Empire college hockey action as Bruning brings it in. Now he's stapled to the half wall. He's able to work free, though. Work to the circle. Running out of room. Circling back. Staying with it. Now poked off his stick. Quinn in to help. One of the defenders lost their stick, allowing Bruning to get top side, but puck popped off his stick, and then he was stepped into by C.J. Tadia. Puck to the point. Shot blocked. Getting to it, Bruning. Turns from the circle. Shot muffled and trickles in on goal where it's covered. Great follow-up shifts here for Fairfield following their goal, and they're going to feel pretty good about themselves. Still 15 and a half remaining, though. They've definitely had the overall edge throughout the game as far as the play's concerned. But New Haven has shown they can certainly get transition offense when needed. And it might be needed soon. Great move. Knifing his way through. Drew Dargan then elects for the dump in there. He's able to get the red line with that little deke. DiNicola reaching for it, holds it in and puts it deep again. 5 minutes gone, third period of play. 3-1 lead for the Fairfield Stags here on the road, looking to spoil the party on homecoming weekend. Spryer with potential numbers here for the Chargers. Spryer over the line. Spryer, nice move, backhand try. And it's stopped. And more rough stuff after the whistle. I believe we might have a penalty this time. Patty Kirchner holding his ground, though, again. And we get another look at it. What a move here by Jaden Spryer. So he went right around Dargan. Kirchner, though, with the save. And two players will be penalized here. I believe both cross-checking penalties. Brady Tomasi for the Chargers, Shane Reedy for the Stags. And so we will skate for a side. So a lot more open ice to work with now for both teams. Here come the Stags. Potential chance here. Purge driving the net. He gets upended. The pass will come back to Perreault. And now that was Thornton who had that puck on the zone entry, returns it down low. A shot blocked. Shot coming from Wetzel. Look out here. Perreault right down Broadway. Scores. Perreault got lost in the zone. Wide open. The centering feed connects, and he makes no mistake. Pers will get the assist. We'll watch Perreault creep in from the right here. One-timer. Getting a piece of it. Not quite enough that time. Was Toussaint. Will stay for a side. But that could be the dagger here. Still 14-16 left, but boy, has special teams been the friend of the Fairfield Stags tonight, at least from the second period on. Back in Facette. He has a power play goal, the only goal tonight for the Chargers. Centering pass knocked down. Skate to stick. That one stayed out. Rebound try doesn't go either. Mansky got to be wondering how many opportunities do I need. Got about 3 there. Thought I heard the post on 1. Kirchner, a lot of bodies in front of him as well. Somehow it stays 4-1. Minute left here on the penalties. Toussaint will keep it moving on the shot from Wetzel. Now it's Facette. Stretches it out for Anthony Rosa. Rosa tried to leave it for a teammate in the form of Mansky. It's taken away though. Mansky though won the puck back and then gave it right back up to Arrell, who has a goal in this one. Arrell, nice move to the backhand, but poked off his stick by Trevor Minder. Back to center, working his way through. Jackson Brown, it was knocked off his stick. He has to regroup. Hammered around, getting to it at the half wall. Arrell knocked off his stick. Started ahead here by Smith. Smith over the line, 2 seconds and 1. We're back to 5 aside as his shot off the cuff of the glove of Toussaint. Back in, Spryer, who's had his fair share of opportunities, as he normally does. Goes across, knuckling puck, settled, and sent cross ice by Griffin Mansky. Shot from a tough angle. Stopped by Kirchner. He's had himself another strong night between the pipes. Here's O'Shea. Goes across, look out, dangerous pass, but Mansky picks it up on the other side, tries to center it, could not. Taken back by the Stags, potential numbers, pass behind Bruning though. They'll recover, 3-on-2 over the line. Bruning across, Dillon shot, good back check by Spryer, made that a difficult attempt. Bruning on the takeaway, shot, aggressive stop at the top of the crease there for Toussaint, and then it's swept out to center. Here is Poulin, deflected by Bruning into the zone. Taken to the boards, Taddeo. Sent him to a dangerous area. Spryer, though, the first one on it, gets the red, fires it around. He'll go off for a change. First one on it is Poulin. Poulin shakes free, dumps it out. Vitka trying to settle in and catch up to it. Could not. Taddeo kept it away from him. Taddeo banks it ahead. Takeaway here, and the Stags look to regroup. Touch up. Vitka back in. Vitka centering pass picked off. And the Chargers back the other way with one defenseman in the change. Perreault out onto the ice. Swept towards the front. Creeps right through the crease. And we got a whistle. Trying to hear what the ref's saying. Oh, it looks like the net may have come off. Just a bit. Yep, Kirchner putting it back on. That appears to be the reason for the whistle. 10:41 remaining. Do the Chargers have a comeback in them? They haven't had much so far tonight. Off the face-off, though. Vitka goes down and gets a key block on Facette's one-timer. Toussaint comes way out of his goal to move it. Nicola tried to poke it along. Monopoly swept it into the zone. From the center red, it ends up on goal. Toussaint will keep it moving. This is Connor Morrell. Banks to the head. Perot read it like a children's book. Halfway through the third period. Only 2 goals so far from the Stags. That'll be a penalty against Fairfield. Tripping. That's one the officials certainly won't miss. And David Wetzel will go. Back to the power play. Go the home team, the Chargers. It's been a rough week for teams called the Chargers. Clear down the ice here, though, off the face-off. And the clock didn't start right away here in the arena. Now we got it moving. Shaking off a slash there was Tomasi. Didn't get the call. As the Chargers bring it back in. Spryer steps into one, and Vitka, his second block on this shift. Brown will sky it back out to center. Half a minute gone on the penalty. This is certainly a have to have it for New Haven. Shot off a stick, high up into the netting and out of play. Shot was let go by Anthony Rosa. 9:15 remaining. Clock not the friend here of New Haven. As looks like the linesman's over to the scores table. They're going to adjust the clock down 5 seconds after the mishap to start play on the last faceoff. So 9-10 now. Faceoff win for the Chargers. Shot goes wide from Tomasi. Held in, down low, all alone for a moment was Facette. They couldn't get it to him. He's been very visible out there tonight for New Haven. As says this guy, Spryer. Blocker save through traffic. And another whistle, I believe the net once again. Yep, net came off its moorings. Not by much, but they'll adjust it once again. Fairfield, Purse trying to go forward with the faceoff. And then a clearing attempt. Hit the official and stayed in, and a shot just went wide from Madera. Behind the goal, Rosa circles. Tries to feed it across, picked off, swept out to center by Max McKenna. Rosa on for Facette. 20 left on the power play. Another steal here by Poulin this time. Poulin works it ahead for Arrow. Takes a shot. That caught the post. Looked like that one handcuffed Toussaint. Pass across the ice. Walking in here. And a heavy shot that catches the netting. And goes out of play as we are back 2-5 aside. That shot coming from Tomasi. Here's the transfer arrow. Tough chance, but he could snap it quickly. That's what he did there. And nearly sniped that one right under the bar. Meanwhile, face off down the other end. New Haven putting pressure on in and out of the glove of Kirchner. But he was able to juggle it and find it. And a scrum in front of him once again. He's able to escape that. 7:47 left. As this game getting very chippy as it tends to when either one of these teams are involved, let alone both against each other. Perot being escorted to the penalty box. Looks like he's the only one. Roughing. And if the last one was have to have it, this one certainly is. With just under 8 minutes remaining here in regulation time. Power play for the Chargers, trailing by 3. Well, the official coming over to talk to the coaching staff of Fairfield, right as that puck was dropped. Perot still arguing his case. Swinging his stick around the box. Off the draw, cleared down the ice. Good start to the kill. Jimmy Brady goes cross ice. This is Rosa. Rosa trying to find a lane over the line. Does to the outside. Takes a tough angle try. That hit something. I didn't hear any post, but it either hit that or called Kirchner up high, as did that one. And he makes the save and pounces on it. Face-off win again for the Chargers. This is Price. Goes across. Bouncing puck. Handled in the zone by Mansky. They return it to him. He goes back down low with it. Return Mansky. Time. Room. Fakes. Down to Price. Price. Cross ice. Getting over to stop it. There's Kirchner again. Stays with the Chargers. Halfway through the penalty. Shot into the netting and out of play. It hit someone in front. So we get another look here on another chance for New Haven that wouldn't go. Great passing, great vision here by Brady Price. Shot from Rosa. What a save that was by Kirchner. Another stellar night. He has not missed a step from last season. Tomasi. Spryer steps in. That one hit a body and just went wide. Madera down low. They give it back to him. He goes up top to Spryer. Tomasi, cross ice. Madera steps in. May have deflected off something in front. Goes wide. Half a minute left. Spryer being watched by Donnelly as he brings it in. 1-on-4, takes it around. Now has some help forming in the offensive zone. Facette goes down for Rosa. Rosa with 10. Down low! Oh, the net was open. Facette fanned on it and missed the net wide. And cleared down the ice. No icing right as Perot steps out of the box. Another successful kill for Fairfield. That almost wasn't on several occasions. But they survive, and Facette back in. Net front drive. And wouldn't you know it, the net behind Kirchner gets knocked off again on that collision. Five and a half remaining. Not looking great for the home team here, but the Fairfield Stags have come in and really they've won the special teams battle, and that is why in all likelihood they'll come away with the victory. But we'll see. Dean Nicola ahead for Reedy. Reedy snaps a shot, glove save. 5:07 remaining. Face off to the near side here. Deep in the Charger zone. Perot fakes. Perot takes. Hit a man in front. Stuff attempt. In tight by Vicko is stopped. Reedy tries to go the long way with it. It was picked off. And springing it up the ice is Price. Price offside. That was Cam Goodwin, who was with him on the 2-on-2 rush. Not happy with that call. Close play there at the blue line. .449 remaining here. Under 5 minutes at the Northford Ice Pavilion. That one nearly hit the netting on the ceiling. Brady Campbell with you alongside our cameraman Johnny Malizia. Up top it goes to a vacant left point. CJ Taddeo, not quite against the wall there. And then gave it away, nearly did. Hopped Reedy's stick. Chargers catch a break. Goodwin trying to bring it ahead. O'Shea does. Drops it. Price, cross ice. Gets through everyone. Goodwin back to retrieve it. Pass picked off by Perot. Perot nearly gave it away. Had help from Vicka. He stays with it. Now it's Wetzel. David Wetzel through the legs. Sharp angle try, and the save was made. He nearly roofed that one under the bar, but holding his post was Toussaint, who actually knocked the net off, but moved it back on before we got the whistle. That shot goes high from Chaconis, who was looking for his second of the game. Smith, offside. Reminder, tomorrow night, Chargers back in action, 7:50 p.m. puck drop against the Central Connecticut State Blue Devils. Kevin Broderick will be on the call. Johnny back on camera. And then they'll wrap things up this weekend at home again against Stony Brook. Homecoming weekend. That's a 7:40 p.m. puck drop on Sunday. Johnny will be back again, and Travis Quigley will have the call. Facette went crashing into the half wall. Meanwhile, a chance the other way. Puck rolls on goal. Angling it away was Toussaint. Facette back to his feet. The pass comes his way. Stepping up, though, was Smith. Now back in. Come the stack. Smith on goal. Save. Toussaint bats the rebound out of harm's way. 3 minutes to go. Toe drag behind the net from Rosa. Rosa starts the attack. Takes it to the corner, centers it off the outside of the goal. Now a stretch pass on to the taper Colin Foley. Spryer takes it, feeds it into the cross corner dumping. McKenna. On for Foley. Foley spins to his backhand and feeds that one just wide. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass, but it missed. Tomasi. Team down 3, just over 2 minutes to go. Keep an eye on the goalie Logan Toussaint, though the deficit might be a bit too big here, unless they could get one soon. And they will have a chance to. Kirchner, the save, dives on the rebound on the shot from Rosa. .157. All that's remaining. Chargers win the faceoff. Up top, Tomasi fanned on that one. That one went wide. Dargan gets to it, and he will clear. Takes a check from Spryer, who has to touch up here to lay it off sides as it fired into the attacking zone. Stags looking to clear. Puck off the boards. Look out. Getting shoved down to the ice. McKenna. Under 90 to play. Spryer. It's a return hit that time from Bruning. Dargan. Great defense here on Purrs. Forecheck, I should say, by Madera. Brings it back into the offensive zone. Price chips it in. Chargers go to work. Perot sidesteps a hit from Spryer, who's playing the body and took down Perot up high, and will get called. 52.3 left. Stags will go on the power play to close out the hockey game. And that, if there wasn't a runner ready, that should put a bow on it. Spryer will go for roughing. Faceoff will be back down towards the goaltender Logan Toussaint with just under a minute remaining. And the faceoff won by the Stags, but comes back out. Could be a shorthanded look. Chargers trying to get one more. That didn't miss by much. Jimmy Brady put it just wide. Dillon puts it into the corner. He'll head after it. 30 left on the clock. Vitka to Smith. The Stags have one more in them. Will they look for one more? Centering pass picked off and fired into the bench. We have 15 on the clock. .5 to be exact. 1:24 on the penalty. That does not really matter at this point. Down the ice it goes. Kirchner will play it with 10. Leaves it for Smith, and that will do it. The Stags come into Northford Ice Pavilion and spoil the party. A 4-1 victory tonight over the New Haven Chargers. They win the special teams battle, a big reason why they win the hockey game. As they mob goalie Patty Kirchner, who played phenomenal once again. And for the Chargers, they'll look to regroup. Quick turnaround for them tomorrow. But the Stags have got to be pleased with 3 power play goals, including the game winner and the following 2 insurance goals to put this one away. 4-1, a goaltender duel. But in the end, the Stags, power play and penalty kill, proved to be the difference. And we'll be right back here tomorrow once again against CCSU, and then Sunday against Stony Brook University. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight. For Johnny Malizia on the camera, I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score in this one: the Fairfield University Stags 4 and the University of New Haven Chargers 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. You've been tuned in to ACHA College Hockey here on the LI Sports Network. Have a great night.